Not a good place. Jab is really a weapon.
Yo, 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 what is going on, bro? It's your boy Eddie Unsteady in the building. This is Coastal Boxing Club. We have Chi Ming in the building. What's going on, Chi Ming?
Eddie, what's up, man?
What's
Coastal
going on?
Boxing Club. CB motherfucker C, what's up?
CBC, CBC, CBC. Man, so, there's a lot of things been going on lately in boxing. Um, Tonight, what we're going to be kind of talking about or getting into kind of per se is, 5 fights we want to see in 2022 and 2023 and 2 that we don't not want to see. Yo, Chief,
Right.
tell me about this. Any fights in particular that is on the top of your mind that is number one for you that you must see TV?
Well, I mean, excuse me, you already know what it is. I mean, it's the Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. I mean, it goes without saying. Uh, it's a lot of bad blood between them, I guess. You got, I mean,
Two unbeaten
two of the, two of the 10 best fighters in the
best
world. You know, some people,
welterweight fighters in the world. Yeah,
oh, well, I mean, shit, period. I mean, that's how people view them. They two of the best in the world. It's undisputed welterweight. I mean, the welterweight division pretty much is the prominent division in boxing. Contrary to popular belief, people say it's heavyweight, but it it's ever since Floyd and like Oscar and them was really and Manny and them was tearing shit up down there. Like 147 pretty much is like the cream of the crop in regards to like boxing. So it's pretty much the undisputed championship in probably the biggest division. So I mean, it goes without question. I feel like that's not just a fight that I want to see just from the skill level of both of them guys. It's just like a fight that just needs to be made just for the historical fact of boxing. Like it just needs to happen. It's like I said, like you said, it's two undefeated champions.
mm-hmm.
Um, like this is for undisputed at 147. They have issues, um, kind of like on a personal level, going back and forth about this fight being made. It's got all the makings to be a big fight now, especially considering the fact with the drama of Terrence Crawford sliding off and the nature of how he took the side fight and everything. Like this little, I guess if you want to call it a tune-up fight or whatever like that, but I still think that it's got the history and it's got, with the skill level of both of them guys in the ring. Like, I mean, why wouldn't that's got to be like the biggest fight that I want to see. And everybody should be on board with that. Like, if you could pick one fight out of any fight that could be made, it would be that. That's just my opinion. I think if you did a poll, I think that would win, hands
Right.
down.
Right, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. Because like you definitely have these two unbeaten fighters. It's definitely gonna be a pound for pound fight. It's a 50-50 fight. Um, like you said, it's gonna be one of the biggest fight at what 147. What the last biggest fight since then was 2015. What was it? Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather.
Well,
Like, I mean, there's big fights, yes, but in that aspect, like
I feel you. You're saying like on like the grand scheme, like the big on the magnitude of like big fights.
Absolutely.
I guess you could. I wouldn't. I mean, maybe if I just pick my brain, but on the top right now, I wouldn't argue that. That sounds legit. I'd go with that. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, I would go with that. I don't think it's like as big, of course, like on the money making scale as that. But in regards to like, two, even though they were a little bit past their primes, but it's still the magnitude, plain and simple, the magnitude. I wouldn't argue with that. In the welterweight division, there's been big fights, but this is probably as big as it gets since then. I would agree with that. Yeah, I'd agree with that. But to bring it back, like, come on, like,
Mhm.
what the fuck else are they gonna do? What are they gonna do?
I mean,
I
at that
mean,
weight, I mean, nothing really. Okay. So Terrence Crawford fights this guy in what is it in December? That if I'm not mistaken, right? Or is it
yeah,
this?
yeah, something like that.
Okay, yeah, it's probably like December 3rd or something. I think it's in the beginning of the month. Um, okay, he fights this guy. Now we shift back to Errol Spence. Errol Spence fights what? Keith Thurman.
You mean I don't? I mean, that's just like I think like sanctioning body that just made it a mandatory. Like they like demanded that fight, like or they asked for that. I don't know what the whole particulars are on that shit. All I heard was like I think it was the WBC demanded as a mandatory or something like that for Errol Spence to fight him.
Okay, so let's say the fight does get talked about or whatever. The fight happens. You know the result of that fights Crawford. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I
But
mean,
it was supposed to be the thing is that fight was supposed to happen regardless. But you just throwing Keith Thurman into the mix now. It's almost like not really throwing a monkey wrench in there, but he does have a chance as well. The only person he lost to is Manny Pacquiao.
I like Keith Thurman, but do I think he could beat Errol Spence? No. Uh, I don't know. It just seems it wouldn't be. I don't know. Like if it's a money thing, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just going off the way the machine works, and it don't sound right to me that they would just throw Keith Thurman out there if they didn't feel like Earl Spence couldn't take him out because the big payday and all the money is going to be when him and Bud decide to get it in the ring. They decide to fight when they figure that shit out.
Mm-hmm.
That is gonna. I mean, that's just my opinion. Like, it doesn't. Like, do you really want to throw a monkey wrench into that fight happening like that because of something that happens in the ring? I mean, I consider what Bud is doing to be just a high paid tune up fight. So I don't think that's just my opinion. I just feel like I don't think that they wouldn't make Keith Thurman the mandatory if they didn't think that Spence couldn't get him out of there. That's just my opinion. That's
Right.
just me.
Do you okay now? Like, let's get back onto topic a little bit. So now, what do you think about like Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk? Do you think that's a big thing?
A big thing.
Like do you think would be a big thing right now? Like that people will want to see?
Well, I mean, see, that fight's a little weird. In regards to like, I think all of us want to see it that love boxing. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and Tyson Fury will find a way to sell the fight. Alexander Usyk is a great fighter. and he
Mhm.
seemed to be a cool dude, but he don't sell his fights. Like it's just hard to market the dude, in my opinion. Like I mean, I don't know what kind of numbers he do overseas, but I know for a fact that there's a lot of people over here that don't even know who the fuck he is.
Right. So now you know if that fight was to happen, it would happen overseas somewhere.
Well, I mean, shit, from what it looked like, Tyson Fury ass can't even get over here no more, or at least not for the foreseeable future, anyhow. So yeah, more than likely it would happen over there. But I mean that's the fight that, like, shit, ain't that's undisputed. That's another, come on, man, that's the undisputed heavyweight championship.
So there you go. See, that's
That's
another. That's another big fight that we can watch. What? Hopefully in 2023 when Alexander Usyk, hopefully get everything situated, with what he's going on with.
Man, fuck that. It ain't about him, and you know that.
No, I'm just saying, he just needs
When
some time to recuperate himself from the last fight, which nothing happened.
when he's ready to go, he's ready to go. All right.
Mhm.
It ain't about him. You know it ain't about him. All right. You
All
know
right,
it ain't
all right.
about him. So like I don't know why you even gonna say it like that. You know it ain't about him. I mean,
Put it this way: it's whenever Tyson Fury is ready to say, let's make it happen. He will be ready.
that's that
Let's
to
put it that
me.
way.
That to me is the second biggest fight in boxing, in my opinion. That's the second. It's the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world.
Hmm.
The only reason why I wouldn't have it might me being old school, it would be first on my list if the other two guys, Spence and Crawford, weren't so talented. If they weren't so gifted in what they do, I wouldn't. I would take Fury over Usyk. But as talented as I think the two heavyweight champions are, I don't give a fuck, man. I Tyson Fury is a good heavyweight, but he not what people make him out to be in regards to like the skill, super skill level like that. He's just another big heavyweight that, he he's a little agile, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not taking nothing away from what he do. But the more and more I watch his fights and I go back and I break it down, I just don't see nothing like crazy with all this super technical skill that people be saying. He's just a little bit more agile than the average, like than most of the heavies. But he's gonna get in the ring with a heavy that's gonna be more agile than him. And from what I see from Usyk, he's stronger than what people let on. Maybe not in regards to how he throw his punches, but I'm talking about just like the physicality of like trying to move him around and muscle him in the ring. Everybody that I've seen him fight has not seemed to be able to really do that. So I think it's underestimated how strong he is despite the size discrepancies that he may have up against certain heavyweights. So I don't know, man. I think Usyk is more skilled than Tyson Fury, and it's like a
I
high.
I can agree
And
with you with that. Look,
so
Usyk
like,
is a very, very talented fighter. We all know that, but so is Fury. I mean, Fury is also a slick fighter, but I just don't see Tyson Fury being able to keep up with Usyk for 12 rounds. I think that's going to be a problem for Tyson Fury.
well, I mean, you could go back and forth on what could possibly happen in the fight. But the difference is that I think that if Fury wins, it's not just because of the fact that he's just so much better skilled than Usyk. It'll be because he uses what he has to his advantages, and that's how he'll pull that shit out. I don't look at it like he's gonna just go out there outbox Usyk. He'll do what he do. He'll do like how he fought Deontay Wilder and fucking Dylan White more so than he would try to box like how Usyk do his thing. So that like I said, it's the undisputed heavyweight championship, but I got it at number 2 on like if you had to like if I'm picking fights that I could see in the next year or so, that would be number 2. Uh, behind Bud and Spence. That's number 2 for me.
I I I I, I can't. No, I don't know who can fight with that. You know, Earl Spence, Crawford must. That's something that everyone wants to see. You know, must watch TV. Same thing with Fury and Usyk. So let's get down to some little deeper waters real quick. So let's talk about Canelo versus David Benavidez.
Canelo versus David Benavidez.
Yeah. So what do you think about that? What do you think about that happening in the future? But before
What?
that fight was to happen,
Well,
how would you like to see Benavidez fight um someone more credible?
it's already
Um,
happening.
that's what I'm saying. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, so I had
Plant,
what's his name?
Caleb Plant.
Plant. Thank you. I'm over here saying Caleb Smith, Caleb. You know, I'm over here thinking something else. So thank you. But yeah, Caleb Plant, like the winner of that fights Canelo. That's what 2023, late 2023. You know.
Well, I don't know, man. Look, Cleveland. I'm not gonna talk about that until he beats Caleb Plant. I don't even want to talk about nobody should even want to talk about that. But I mean, I want to see the fight just for the fuck of it. I'm just gonna tell. I think Canelo ain't the same fighter no more. But David Benavidez don't fucking got no defense. And guys that fight like him, and if you watch boxing and you know guys that fight like him, Canelo balls them dudes up. I don't care what kind of volume punches they throw or what kind of hand speed they have. He figures that shit out. If you ain't got your hands up, he gonna catch you. And it just
Yeah.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know what to make of that fight. I don't know if David Benavidez can beat Caleb Plant to keep it all the way strong. Like,
I'm gonna keep it real with you too, and I'm also leaning towards Caleb Plant winning that fight.
but if David Benavidez can pull it off, then yeah, I would want to see him fight Canelo Alvarez for more reasons than one. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind seeing it. Why not? One thing that's funny is that I tell you, Canelo would have probably fought David Benavidez a few years back if David Benavidez hadn't got stripped. And you want to know why? Because he didn't have the reputation. Now, see, this might have been a benefit for David Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? But Canelo would have fought him because he wouldn't have had the rep that people are giving him right now. You know what I'm saying? David Benavidez wasn't even looked at as the best super middle in the division at that time. So
okay.
I feel Canelo would have fought him if the title was there and it was available. Because even if Benavidez would have beat him in that fight, Canelo would have fought him because he would have went in it thinking like, oh, Youngin ain't ready. I'm a smoking and I'm gonna take his belt. You know what I'm saying? So, but if he was there for that to happen, I believe Canelo would have did it. Whether he lost the fight or not, I still think Canelo would have fought him if the availability of taking that title from a young champion who kind of like comes off as undisciplined and might not be totally focused when he go in there and fight that fight. So this all in the long run, Benavidez might have been better off in a better situation building it up to right now than if he would have fought Benavidez when the opportunity was there right before he had got stripped. But he got to beat Plant. I don't see how anybody would want to just throw him in there and just like without this. I say he need a signature win. If he can do this, then I definitely would want to see him in Canelo fight.
Right,
but
right.
I got reservations about him beating Caleb Plant. Like I really have them. It's not
I have my tickets. I don't know. I have my tickets leaning more towards Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant just, I feel like he's he's legit. You know, he's not a person you can just walk all over. You know, he's not gonna let you try to walk him down. You know, I feel like he's gonna be able to control those situation in the ring with Caleb with Benavidez. I mean, like you said, he's gonna leave himself open, and Caleb Plant, you know, he's sharp. He's gonna be able to try to get through his guards, and he's gonna, you know, them body shots. I just don't. I don't. It's just for me. It's more like if it goes the distance, how do Benavidez looks? Like how does he like how God damn it, more like how he will like adjust to the situation going all 12 rounds where, you know, with Plant, someone more on that top dog level.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, I mean, I mean, Caleb Plant. Everybody know that he's a sharp fighter. He's good. I mean, but the situation with Benavidez is like, hey, man, you need a signature W. You want the Canelo fight? You need a signature W. Like, you don't have a strap. He doesn't have a reason to fight you. You don't have a strap. But if you want to raise some eyebrows and then get the casuals to want to watch the fight, beat Caleb Plant. Beat him. Then then nobody can really say anything. Then if Canelo don't want to fight you, then he can legit be like, oh, it looked like he's trying to duck me. Look like he want to duck me. But the narrative up to this point is stupid, especially now that the Plant fight is made. Like, people should have been mad as fuck. I wonder why people wasn't mad that he was about to fight Escatagui. Like, why the fuck was y'all like why wasn't nobody like going crazy like that was even about to happen? The only reason why people was mad it was about to happen was because of the fact that my man is a steroid freak. You know what I'm saying? And it just is weird. Like he's a roid monster. So like he's crazy as shit. That's the only reason why people was calling for the fight to not happen. They wasn't calling for the fight to not happen just because this dude ain't trying to fight nobody that got some stripes. Like, that's not what it was. It wasn't that. People were just saying like, oh, he's a cheater, yada, 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 this. You don't know what he'll do. But wasn't nobody like saying like, yo, why the fuck is David Benavidez fighting this
weirdo?
Straight weirdo. Okay? His time then came and passed. That's basically like fighting Andre Dirrell again. You know what I'm saying? There's that's basically what the equivalent of him fighting that dude was. So it's good, in my opinion, that he is fucking fighting Caleb Plant. Do this, win that fight, and then you can look in the camera and be like, now what? You can do that. You can look in the camera and be like, now what? But I just like, you know what I'm saying? But that needs to happen. He needs to win. You know what I'm saying? He win that fight, then we could talk about the Canelo fight.
And if he wins by a knockout, it will be more of a talkable fight as well.
But to be honest with you, that's one of my fights that I want to see in the very near future. That's the one I want to see. Like, that might be right behind.
Hold on. Okay. So now look.
That might be in my 5 right now that I want to see in the most recent future.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so let's shift a little bit back down the list. All right, Davis versus Garcia, winner fights Devin Haney. How do that sound?
Oh man, you just throwing all kinds of shit out here. The winner fights Devin Haney?
Yes.
I don't know, man. I'm funny about both of them. Like, the way that whole little area of the divisions, that whole thing that's going on right now, I don't know what to make of that shit. It's kind of kind of all kind of crazy to me because, like I said, now that Shakur Stevenson is up there with them in that area, that 135. I don't know what the hell that catch weight they fighting at, that they supposed to fight at, whatever. I don't know, but I mean, it just now that Shakur Stevenson is up there, it just kind of like throws a like I honestly think Shakur Stevenson should fight Devin Haney right now. That's just let's just be honest. We already know who the most talented guys are in that division, and Devin Haney got the belts. I think that should be the fight. I know everybody wants to see the Loma and everything like that.
I was just about to say, 'cause a lot of people saying they want to see Lomachenko versus Haney and stuff like that. So
But if that's probably
it
gonna
is what it
happen,
is.
that'll probably happen. I think that's a win for Devin Haney. Like that's just a win for Devin Haney, in my opinion. Devin Haney just gonna be too rangy, too active. Shoot, man, that last fight Loma was in was a dog fight, man. That wasn't
Yeah.
easy for him.
Yeah.
Oh, and matter of fact, Ortiz is very, very good. As a matter of fact, like he looks like he can hang with anybody out there. He's very, very good. He just, I mean, the fatigue issue. I seen him. You know, he definitely was tiring. But he could, he can
Definitely
hang.
some conditioning
He's
issue.
sharp. I want to see more of him. But anyway, off that. But regardless, I don't know what to make of any of that. Like, but in regards to just off of the question, I think Tank Davis will beat Ryan Garcia. So, and I'm not mad at a Devin Haney, Tank Davis fight, but I'm not mad at a Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia fight either.
All right, so now let's get a little deep with that. Do you like? In my opinion, I think the fight might just go the distance. It might be a unanimous decision for not unanimous, but you know, it might be a close. It might be like a split decision between Tank and Ryan Garcia. But it all depends on how that fight plays out. To be honest, because like you know Tank, you know how Tank fights, and you know how Ryan Garcia fights. But going into this fight, you know, in my opinion, I think Garcia is going to be very cautious as well. And with that being said, I mean, he might just run into some problems with Tank. Because let's keep it real. Who has Ryan really fought in top, you know, top dog, like how Tank Davis has, you know. I mean, yeah, he got his good wins and stuff like that. But even to add to that, you know, his chin is very questionable as well. And it's like a good shot from Tank, you know. How can he react to, you know, to the ammunition, bro?
Well, look, I'm gonna tell you, man. I think Ryan Garcia gonna box aggressively, but he gonna box as smart as he possibly can. He's got it's a size differential that Goosen is gonna try to take advantage of to train Ryan Garcia to fight Tank Davis. He's gonna try to be like, yo, use your jab as much as you possibly can. Keep him off of you. And then also like keep using the jab so you don't get set up real crazy with something stupid. Because you know, Tank is like I said, Tank is saving the shots, but man, when he throw him, he's looking to get you out of there. So it's like I feel like Ryan Garcia is gonna fight smart, but it'll be aggressive because you can't just take your foot off the pedal. Because if you do, Tank throws something at you and you don't see it coming in this. You know what I'm saying? You're looking up at the lights. It's like, what the fuck? I'm asleep. And I just think that I think it's a good fight, man. I think people don't give it the credit that it's due. I think it's a good fight. Tank. I don't know, man. It's a weird fight to me because
It
if
could be
Ryan
also a
Garcia,
boring fight too.
uh,
Yeah, it's
well,
absolutely could
well,
be a
well,
boring
look,
fight as
well,
well.
well, look. To keep it real, man, I've only seen one exciting Tank Davis fight, and that's when he fought Pedraza. That shit was lit. He was throwing combinations that his hands go. Now, like everything is now like I stalked the guy, and it's fun. The knockout is exciting when he knocks guys out and shit like that. But everything leading up to the knockout be pretty boring. Keep it real. Like
Yeah,
it's not nothing.
yeah, because
He's
it basically looks like he's just touching up the guy, touch it, you know. He's not really, it's like he's not really having those explosive combination moments, really. He just be picking the guy apart, basically breaking the guy down into leading up to the knockout.
yeah, well, yeah, man. Like he don't, and then, like he gets his shots in. He lands big shots all the time. He's really just measuring you up, looking to throw big shots. Like I say, he don't waste his punches. So a guy that don't waste his punches, how exciting can it be up until the knockout? Not saying that he ain't skilled. I think he's skilled as a motherfucker. But shit, he don't waste punches. It's not really the greatest thing to look at until he actually connects and drops somebody and shit. But Ryan Garcia is going to be active. I think he will. Box with size, man. That shit work. If you execute it right. I mean, I ain't saying it's a perfect fucking formula, but it works. Fighters have won championships. Great Hall of Fame fighters, man, that use their size to their advantage. Box with reach. Stay away from that motherfucker. Try not to get on the inside with him. Garcia can have a decent fight if he fight like that, and he fight with power at the same time to let Tank Davis know, don't be trying to lunge up in here all crazy because you might catch something yourself. I got power and I got
And
hand speed.
I thank you. I was just about to say, I have hand speed. I got power and hand speed. It's the
something
things that you don't see.
Yeah, exactly. So like I like the fight.
I do too because it's a good. That's the fight style itself. Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has this. Definitely, he has the fucking speed. He has the power, and then behind that, he also has his fan base all over social media. Same thing, with Tank. He has his people behind him. So I feel like that fight is gonna be. They're gonna make some decent bread out of this fight.
It's a big fight. It's a big fight. I mean, it's a big fight because of the fact that we finally get to see two of the guys that, like at 135, the 130, 140 guys, everybody considers to be like, super good and all that. We get to finally see two of them fight. Shit, it's been a while. It's been like it hasn't happened really. It hasn't happened yet. I mean, I really do. George Kambosos threw a monkey wrench in a whole lot of shit.
Yeah, he did.
That went down at 135. He threw a monkey wrench in a whole bunch of shit, but that's neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it is. The one thing about this, I don't know, man. What is this catch weight shit? I don't know.
Some new
At least they could have fought at 140. Tank then fought at 140. And to be honest with you, it looked like Tank could fight at 140. especially in between fights. He damn sure looked like he probably could fight at 140 with no problem. But I just feel like at least at 140 you could probably come up with some corny ass, fake ass title that y'all could come up with to make it sound good, but you can't do that with a fucking at a catch weight. But you know, it's neither here nor there. But because they always come up with fake ass titles for whenever they feel convenient to make a fight 12 rounds. So I don't know. I like the fight. Me personally, I think it's a big fight on all levels. Big fight, you know, because like I said, them guys between 130 and 140, the good guys that they consider to be the upper echelon around those weight classes. You got two of them about to get it in. That's a big deal.
So now let's see. Inoue versus Stephen Fulton.
I don't know about that fight. That's a weird fight. I don't know. I don't. I mean, weight class aside and everything. If it decides to happen, I don't know, man. Inoue might be too small. But anyway, nasty though. I think he beat Stephen Fulton. He do. He got him. I think he beats Fulton. He do. Anyway, nasty as hell, man.
I was about to say, like, yo, damn, come on, you can't. The thing is, like, speed. It's you don't always have to have the power.
He got that though, so I'm not worried about that.
Exactly, he got that.
No, I just think like certain dudes. There's certain guys like I'm gonna tell you it's real funny, just a real funny story. All right. Back in the day, these, you know, I think it was Fight Night on PlayStation.
Okay. Yeah. PlayStation 1.
No, I think it was more like
2.
It was on 2 and 3, but I think it was PlayStation 2 that had the Fight Night that had Manny Pacquiao, like when he was in his bag. You know what I'm saying? Like the Manny Pacquiao, like the you didn't want to fuck with Manny Pacquiao. And I would fight. I was so sharp on that joint that I would fight anybody, any weight class with Manny. I'd fight anybody. Like motherfuckers would throw Ali out there. Fight your ass with Manny Pacquiao. I would be fucking motherfuckers up with that straight left. Motherfuckers just didn't understand. They like, yo, how you catch me with that shit? That shit hurting me. Like, yo, because the straight left that he got, that shit beautiful. That shit hurt. like I'm not even bullshit. Like I used to like, man, people who know me know how we used to get down on that fucking Fight Night. Like I used to be crazy with it. Anybody like know me, like I have Roy Jones on anybody. Like the light heavyweight Roy Jones, I'm fighting the heavyweights with him, like and beating everybody the fuck up. But anyway. My whole point is that's how I look at it with Inoue. I feel like Inoue, when they say pound for pound shit, I think Inoue is like the perfect example of that. He embodies pound for pound because I feel like you put him at no matter what weight class, if you got Inoue that's like Inoue at, you know what I'm saying, weighing 200 pounds, he's going to be fucking smoking shit in the heavyweight division. Yeah, he'll be smaller. He'll be smaller than everybody else. But so what? He's skilled like a motherfucker. He'll beat everybody up there at 200 pounds. And that's when I look at him. That's when I think of pound for pound. It's like you put him in a division, any division, and will he smoke shit? Yes.
Man, you put him against motherfucking Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury knock his ass out. Like, what? Huh? What?
If you give Inoue Evander Holyfield's body, I don't know, bro.
Oh, then you go. Then there you go. There you go.
That's what I mean. And Evander wasn't even big. We talking 6'2", 200, 210 when he really feeling himself. Come on, man. Inoue that size will beat all them dudes up.
Oh yes, absolutely. In a way,
with
that's
the
five.
skill,
Absolutely.
the
Yeah,
skill, and the
absolutely.
power to know how to throw a punch, dog.
Absolutely. Yes.
He know how to throw a punch. Like that Donaire, the first fight, that shit was just an aberration. He put that shit to bed in the rematch. Like he's what? I don't know, man. That's just my opinion. I like Fulton. He nice, but I just don't think he could beat either way. That's just like, I never that fight wasn't even on my radar because I don't know if that whole weight class thing even they'll even figure that out and make that even come to pass. But I would love to see that fight. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. I wouldn't put it. It's not like on my top five, like more, the recent future fights that I wouldn't mind seeing.
All
But
right.
it's
So now look.
definitely a good fight.
So now let's start to go down the list. Now I like fights that we don't want to see. Let me ask you. Let's turn it over to you real quick. What fight do you not want to see?
The fight do I want to see?
What fight do you not want to see?
I don't know. Well, I mean, shit. It depends on how you're looking at it. Like, what do you mean? Like, because I don't want to see Bud Crawford fight in December, and it's not Errol Spence. So, like, that's one fight. And if Errol Spence is fighting whoever the hell up until that point, there's two fights right there I don't want to see. Whoever they may be.
All right. So look,
I also
we
don't want
have
to see
here.
Shakur Stevenson fucking around fighting what's his name? Shit, I can't remember. Is it Garcia or whatever from 130 coming up? Maybe I'm
Right.
tripping. To fight him at 135. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. It's just so many fights that I don't want to see.
Okay. What
But
about Tyson Fury versus Wilder 4?
I don't mind that.
I don't want to see that
Why not?
because it's played out already.
It's played out.
It's played out.
I don't see how it was played out. God. First fight was really good.
Yes, absolutely.
The second fight was a whitewash, but it was fun watching Fury do what he do. And the third fight, some people think it's one of the best heavyweight championship fights of all time. What
Exactly.
would be the problem? What would be the problem with another fight? Let's just say, and then it elevated a lot in a lot of areas. It elevated Wilder's status. Heavyweight losing in the fashion that he lost to Fury in the third fight. What the fuck would be wrong with another fight like that? Like, I would pay to see it. I'm sorry, I'd pay to see it. I don't see why.
I mean, a lot of people can argue about it. A lot of people can say they want to see. A lot of people say they probably don't want to even watch this shit again. I mean, at the same
I don't
time,
believe that.
Fury's 2-0 with 1, and it's last 3 fights. I think it is.
No, they fought 3 times. Fury got 2 W's. But I'm just saying, with Wilder coming back, all right, and showing that he still got it to some extent, still has the power. Like, there ain't nobody in the heavyweight division they gotta all watch out for it. Do I think he can beat all the guys? Maybe, maybe not. But they all gotta at least pay attention to that. And why not watch that? That last fight that they fought was dope, and we already know what type of time that Wilder.
Well, I feel like a lot of people moved on from that. A lot of people rather see Fury Usyk, Fury Anthony Joshua. Some people maybe even say Fury and Joe Joyce.
Look, I'm not debating or arguing any of that. You could be right about that. But what I am saying is that if you're talking about a fight, and to be honest with you, that fight would probably be a bigger fight than all them fights you said, except maybe Joshua. All them other fights you said, fighting Fury, I mean Wilder again for the fourth time is bigger than all them other fights you just talked about. No matter what, even if like people might talk shit in the beginning,
I'm
like
not.
again.
No.
But
No, hear me out. I'm not saying it's not gonna. It's gonna be bigger. No, right. It might not even be bigger, or even be close to being bigger. But what I'm saying is, people. I feel like a lot of people has moved on and rather see Fury do his thing, if he's gonna do his thing, and Wilder do his thing if he's going to do his thing. And if it comes up to the point, and if they having to clash again, so be it. Then fight, yes. But to saying, do you want to see it in 2022 to 2023? No.
oh man, that's well. I guess we have to agree to disagree on that one because I don't. I mean, I'm not. It's not on my radar like that. But I don't see why not. Like I just don't understand. Look, Marquez. Oh my goodness, hold on. Let me catch myself. Yeah. Juan Manuel Marquez and Manny Pacquiao fought 4 fucking times, okay? Other like, I'm not mistaken, other guys that have fought each other multiple times like that. Look, I didn't think that there was a need for a 4th fight with the Marquez Pacquiao because it just was like, yo, these boys is evenly matched like hell. Like these boys gonna probably fight like 10 times, and it's gonna always look like both of them won the shit. And then Marquez came out in the 4th fight and he knocked him out. But I'm telling you, if them boys would have fought to a crazy ending, people wouldn't have been like, oh, I don't want to see it again. I'm telling you, you wouldn't want to see it. The 4th fight, I didn't even think was necessary. But the 3rd fight, because the other 3 fights were so close, so good, it's like, damn, like they're gonna fight. This is gonna always be the same thing. But I feel like when you do stuff in the fashion that fight was, it was different than the way with Manny and Marquez. The way that ended, it was just like a 1 punch, good night, party over. These boys was rock'em sock'em robots on each other. That shit was fucking awesome. And then, like I said, knowing that how Wilder is, it's like, yo, the dude gonna have to damn near kill me before, you know what I'm saying? I just take the L like that. And he showed that. And if you're not willing to see both of them boys knock each other upside the head, that's good. That's money. That's money spent. I feel like that's as good as it get. Like spending your money on a pay-per-view, them 2 boys. But you saying wouldn't nobody want to see it? I don't know, man. That's just debatable to me. That 3rd fight was too good. That fight was too good, man, in my opinion.
I'm just saying, I feel like people have moved on. I'm not saying they don't want to see it again, but I have moved on and want to see other fights.
All right, let's say Ortiz. Not Ortiz. Shit, I'm tripping. Andy Ruiz. Let's say Ruiz and Wilder fight and Wilder knock him out on some foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Knock him out on some foolishness. Then it's like he's the mandatory challenger for Fury's belt all over again. Now, you mean to tell me if Wilder knock Ruiz out on something crazy, he knock him out, you mean to tell me that people ain't going to be clamoring somehow, some way, that they be like, yo, maybe that 4th fight might be what it is? I don't know, man. If Wilder show he good money,
sign the check. Sign.
Hey,
that's it. Sign the check. I mean, like I said, that's a fight that, yes, everyone will want to see it, but not right now. That Ruiz and Wilder fight, that ain't gonna happen until 2023. So now we're talking about 2024 or late 2023.
Well, it would still be late 2023 if Wilder Ruiz was to happen in the top half of next year. That could happen. if it was on the table like that.
It all depends
And
on how that fight plays out. To be
and
honest with you.
Fury would definitely want to fight Wilder. That's the only man he really want to fight. That's the only man he want to fight. So he definitely would fight Wilder again. He's the only
I
guy
mean,
he want to fight.
mhm, mhm.
So why not? I'm not saying I'm clamoring for it, but what I'm saying is you couldn't argue it. You couldn't. I'm not saying you couldn't argue it. I'm just saying it would be a good argument. You could say that it could go down if he was to come out and fight somebody like Ruiz and starch him. Like if he do him like he did Hellenius, then people are gonna be like, "Yo, I want to see that." And people gonna want to see that. People gonna want to see him fight at least Usyk, and then I even hear Usyk might want to fight him. So it's crazy right there. But
Mhm.
yo, for real, I like that fight. I there's certain guys that you could want to watch fight maybe like 10 times. I don't see why people wouldn't want to watch these guys fucking beat the
No,
shit
no,
out
no,
of each other 10 times.
no, no. I mean, I'm not saying that people wouldn't want to see it. I'm just saying not right now. Let's Wilder fight somebody else. Let's see how Let's see.
No doubt.
You know, then let it happen. You already see Tyson Fury about to have a fight coming up. Hopefully, let's see what happens. It's going to be a win for Tyson Fury, but let's see. Let's see if my boy can rattle him a little bit.
Man, that shit ain't gonna mean
Um,
nothing.
what do you think about Canelo and Bivol? Must watch again, or slide it past.
Oh man, I think it's must watch, but for reasons that a lot of people don't want to understand, is that I think Dimitri Bivol is a lot better than what I just think he's very, very good. Um, I think he is one of the pound for pound best fighters in the world. Um, I just love uh, the cruise control, but yet aggressive mind state that he boxes in. Like it's just so methodical, but he can get chaotic at times. I love the way he fights. He is
So
underrated.
you saying so you believe the outcome could be different?
Do I believe the outcome
You
could be
fight again.
different? Look, man, I'm not. Look, people don't want to give people credit where credit is due, but I'm never going to count out a guy like Canelo Alvarez, man. I'm not going to just count him out. I'm not going to say, but there's the one thing that I just say that is that if you can't hurt Bivol, then you can forget it, because that's when he know he can start doing what he want to do, when he realizes that the guy can't hurt him. And if you can't figure out a way to hurt him, then I don't see how you'll beat him. I think you'll have a better fight than the last time, but I just don't know the size differential in the way, like the comfort zones that Bivol get in. I don't know, man. That could be tough. It might be better for him. Maybe it might not. If Bivol was to go down to 168, but why would he do that? He beat him. I mean, I know Canelo's the cash cow, but apparently, like the way Bivol move, it just don't seem to be about all of that. So I think it's must see TV, because Bivol is a lot better than people give him credit for, and I think him fighting Canelo on a bigger stage, on pretty much fighting Canelo's the biggest stage that you're gonna get in boxing. So for everybody to pay attention and watch it again,
Mm-hmm.
win or lose, Bivol gonna be sharp as shit, and people need to understand
Yeah,
Bivol a bad boy. He a bad
bad,
boy.
bad
And,
motherfucker. Yes,
yeah, he a
absolutely.
bad
Yeah,
boy. And
yeah,
people need to.
yeah.
If you'd have seen him against Zerdo, I mean, I know you
Mm-hmm.
saw it, but I'm just saying, whoever's
Mm-hmm.
watching, if they seen him against Zerdo, yo, I'm telling you, the man is a bad boy. Like I said, that organized chaos is what I like to call it. Like the
Smoke
man know
you like a rolled weed.
he knows the range, angles. He knows when to throw combinations. He knows when to stay active. He knows when to take his foot off the gas. And he's always in perfect range to throw punches. Like when he wants to throw his punch, he's in the perfect range to throw it. Like he's never out of range throwing anything. No overexertion. The motherfucker is a machine. That motherfucker's a bad boy. Like I said, it's must see because to watch him again and for him to fight Canelo, who is a motherfucking ATG, contrary to popular belief. Like I don't give a fuck, man. He at ATG. Like y'all motherfuckers are tripping. You tripping out here. Canelo at ATG. And
just for y'all who don't know what that means all-time great.
Yeah, you fucking goat. But so I want to see that. And I think people need to really see Bivol, because if Bivol beat Canelo again, then who knows? Maybe everybody will start to see how good Bivol is, and Bivol could be, looked upon in their high prominence in the boxing game. Because I think talent-wise, he up there with all these motherfuckers that everybody be talking shit about that they love,
I dig it.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna end up ending the show with a couple of these upcoming fights that's coming up, That's supposed to be coming up real soon. I know tomorrow we have what's this guy's name? Raheem Jr. Yeah. We have Hasim Raheem Jr. versus Greg Hardy. He was supposed to fight. I thought he was supposed to fight Victor Ford, but I guess not. He's fighting this guy.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hasim, is it Junior?
Yes,
or is
bro.
It Daddy? Or is
Junior.
It Daddy? You sure about this?
Yeah. This whole shit, this shit been popping up. They've had a whole big man. The talking. I just had me laughing. I was just, oh man. If I can, let's see if I can. Yeah, give me a second. Hold on.
I don't be paying attention to a lot of that goofy shit, man. You know that, cuz I don't be paying attention to them goofy ass fights like that.
Yeah, but besides,
I'm interested in but I like I said, I always thought that it was gonna be Hasim Rahman Sr. that was gonna fight Vitor Belfort. I didn't know that it was gonna be Junior. Like I had read clippings about it and heard things, but I'm not Googling or fucking YouTube searching for that dumbass shit. Like fucking Vitor Belfort, fuck the fuck out of here, man.
right.
That shit he did to Evander Holyfield, man, fuck him, dog. He weird.
Exactly. So he ended up going to fight this dude. That's November 19th. There's also another fight November 19th. Anthony Yard versus Stefani Kotkov. And then we also have another, and that's also going to be a light heavyweight contest fight. So stay tuned for that. This Saturday, November 19th. That's going to be should be an okay fight. Not going to be nothing spectacular. There's also another fight as well. Saturday, November 17th. That's going to be a middleweight fight. Jimmy Munguia versus Gonzalo.
You really want to talk about this shit? See this? You really want to talk about this shit?
I'm just going down the list of all the upcoming fights that's coming up. I ain't actually to add anything to it. I'm just letting you know the upcoming fights. he needs to fight somebody. Um, Friday, November 25th, we have Arlem Ubank versus Tom Farrell. November 26th for the vacant WBC Junior Welterweight title, Regis Progress versus Jose Cepeda. That should be a very good fight. It should be interesting. Saturday, November 26th as well, we have Zach Parker versus John Ryder. Let me talk about that real quick. What do you think about that, Keith? Chi?
Yo, man.
What do you think about John Ryder?
I don't, but for the argument's sake, I mean, I don't even know who to pick in that fight. I mean, I don't know. Fuck it, I'll pick Zach Parker. Just yeah, I go yeah, like okay, all right. Yeah, John Ryder though, he just need his best win. Now I give him. Now he did get robbed against Callum Smith, but he lost to Daniel Jacobs. I mean, he's okay, but he's definitely a mid pack. I mean, there's nothing. Zach Parker also,
absolutely.
The fight's a mid pack. It's nothing crazy. It's all right. It should be a good fight, but it's a mid pack.
Absolutely,
right? It's a mid pack.
All right, so look, let's move down the list. What do you think about Tyson Fury versus Derek Chisora, December 3rd?
Man, I don't know, man. That shit is like really on. Like that's like borderline mids, low mids to like Reggie Bush. Like I'm serious.
Yo, I'm dead, bro. He said that's that backyard.
Man, that shit is that boo-foo.
He said that's that shit that be sitting in the corner, not wanting to be smoked.
No, that's just I don't know, man. That's that homegrown
dirt. Okay, so now look, let's get into some little more high waters real quick. So December 3rd as well, because a lot of people ain't gonna be watching that bullshit fight. Because I know what I'm gonna be tuning into. I'm gonna be tuning into the zone for that fight. Juan Francisco Estrada versus Chocolatito Roman Gonzalez.
Oh shit, man! About time.
So what y'all think about that?
I don't know, man. Chocolatito looked sharp last time I seen him, so. But this is a toss up with either one of them. I just want to see the fight. So. That's another good fight. It's a good 50-50 fight. I don't know, but I just want to see it. As good as it gets.
Absolutely. December 10th, junior welterweight Teofimo Lopez versus Sandor Martin. Also another fight, December 10th, WBO welterweight title fight, Terrence Crawford versus David. How can you say his name? How you say his name? Alasayan?
I don't know, man. I'm not gonna chop his name up right now. I'm high as fuck.
But yeah, he fights December 10th. Also December 13th, IBF, WBA, WBO, WBC bantamweight title fight. Inoue versus Paul Butler. You want to tune in for that? That should be an interesting fight. Definitely leaning towards Inoue for that one. Just going down the list. Everything else is not really too much interesting. January 7th, we have for the WBA regular lightweight title weight belt, Gervonta Davis versus Hector Luis Garcia.
Fight. A little tune-up fight.
A little tune-up fight. But do you want to add anything before we end this live show, my good brother Chi Ming?
Oh, man, I don't know. I just want to say that this country that I live in, the United States, they showed me something that I didn't know was there. Like we just had our elections, and a lot of young people turned out to vote. The Gen Z, talking about the people, you know what I mean, like the people that turned out, the Gen Zs, the millennials, like their vote ended up dominating the senior citizen vote, which almost never happens. And I think it's great that our country is starting to pay attention to what's going on in the political side, especially the younger people, because if the younger people paid attention, like me, you know what I'm saying? If my generation, the Generation X, early millennials, if we paid attention to politics and just ignored everything and just lived our lives and paid more attention and voted when it might have mattered, you know what I'm saying? Maybe things would be a little bit different. But it's good to know that, young people are tapped in. And I think that they're starting young with progressive minds is a beautiful thing. That means going forward, that means better things will be happening for the country and the world with a bunch of young people being more open-minded about how things. And I think that's a beautiful thing, and I'm very happy about that. And that's how I'm gonna end that shit. Because boxing to me right now sucks ass. So
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
it
just
ain't
gonna I'm
nothing.
just gonna I'm just gonna keep it all the way strong with you. I'm just so tired of the bullshit, the games, the behind the scenes shit, the stupid talk, the racial divide, motherfuckers not wanting to give people props just because of their race or like shit like that. Like that boxing is ass to me right now. So the one positive thing that I am happy about is the fact that it seems that it is great to see that the younger generations are like starting to be tapped in and are concerned about what's going on behind the scenes of how this country is ran. And I think that's dope.
And there you have it, all of our subscribers who's watching at home. CBC Coastal Boxing Club. It's your boy Eddie Unsteady. If you ain't already subscribed to Coastal Boxing Club, please subscribe now. Or if you're gonna rewatch this video, please give us a like, give us a thumbs up, comment down below. It only takes about a couple of seconds of your time just to subscribe. Please subscribe to Coastal Boxing Club. I am Eddie Unsteady. I'm here with Chi Ming. Any last words you want to say before we end
Thanks
this
for
live show?
watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that other fly shit. Thank you for watching. You probably ain't watching whatever, I don't know, because like it's Friday night. But if you are, then you crazy as shit just like we are. And we appreciate you. So have a good night.
Salute, Coastal Boxing Club,
CBC.
CBC.